Welcome to another video. In this video I'll be discussing the dangers of social media. I promised this video, well, we're making a future video on social media, like breaking it down in more depth, in more detail. So if you don't want to miss that, hit that subscribe. So long time ago, so it's been long overdue, so let's begin. So social media usage has been going up for so long now, for decades, maybe not decades, but it's been going up and up and up. And guess what's also been going up? Depression, anxiety, mental health problems everywhere, particularly in the young age. The younger you are, the more negative effects that you tend to experience. And as a result, the
antidepressant pills prescriptions
has also been going up, and I believe social media is integral to this. And I know it's not the cause, but there's strong correlation, and even studies are finding a strong link between social media usage and mental health. So it's not just me who thinks this. So why is social media causing all of this? Well, it's pretty simple. The people who experience the worst effects of social media tends to be younger age and younger. The people, the more immature emotionally they tend to be, obviously. So they tend to compare themselves, which triggers all these negative emotions.
lack of self-worth, anxiety, paranoia, jealousy, envy.
And all these low emotions eventually coalesce into depression. You see, the body, through its evolution, has never had to deal with this kind of things. You know, we used to live with very few people. We wouldn't see that many people as we grew up. But now we basically live with the whole world right next to us, because, you know, they're right there. To make it worse, you got people who are better, right? Better than you living right next to you. The people you perceive to be better than you are right next to you at your door, and they're making you feel worse about your life. And that's only normal to compare yourself. You know, you got people who are always going to be better looking than you, always going to be faster than you, always going to be smarter than you, always going to be more successful, bigger muscles, bigger boobs, bigger bums, all these right next to you at your door. So it's only normal that you're going to compare yourself to these kind of people, and if you do so, you will suffer. You eventually get depressed if you're not too careful. So that's why social media causes depression in Mo. And another thing you have to realize about social media, it's fake. People spend hours thinking about which post to make with the perfectly curated picture, and you don't see, you know, the work that goes into it. So it's normal to just assume, oh my god, they look this perfect all the time, that kind of thing. And in terms of the success, you don't see the grinding that goes in behind closed doors, the work, the failures.
People only post their success.
So you've got people comparing their chapter 1 to someone's chapter 20, which is a big mistake to make. And if you carry on doing that, you're going to be demotivated. You're just going to be like, oh, you know, you got to put it into context, and you don't see that on social media because people only post their highlights. That's another thing about social media. Another thing is social media is addictive by design. The more that you use it, it's in the best interest of the owners to use it more, so they're going to make it as addictive as possible. You got, for example, Snapchat has these streaks, these things, and that's how you form a habit. That's how you form a habit. It's basically a positive addiction, right? And if it's negative, it's called addiction. If it's positive, it's a habit. And this is how, in my opinion, social media can be addictive. And basically, they've got these streaks on social media, on Snapchat. You know what they are. The longer that the streak goes on, the more that you want to keep it going. And the more you want to keep it going, the more you have to go on the app. And the more you go on the app, the more you invest in the app. And the more you invest in the app, the more addictive it becomes. So that's how they do it. And they've got these unlimited scrolls now, even on Instagram now. You can just carry on scrolling. Once you're scrolling for a little bit, it's much easier for you to just carry on than to stop. Then you just find out you've been scrolling down for like half an hour and nothing's happened. So it's addictive by design, and I think it's a bit sinister and manipulative.
But I'm exposing the info. It's okay.
Anyway, so that's the harms of social media. So let's look at the cost. The cost of social media. Social media, the average person is spending 2 hours on social media per day, and the younger you are, the more likely you are to spend on social media. See, teenagers are averaging 9 9 hours a day. So if they're spending 9 hours a day, they've got school like 8 hours a day. 9 plus 8, 17 hours. They've got 7 hours left after school and social media usage, 9 hours a day. They've got 7 hours to sleep, to socialize, to do their homework, etc. And they need sleep the most. So obviously what ends up happening is everything else suffers, and this is a societal problem as well, because these teenagers are eventually going to be the, you know, the driving force in the economy, and you see, it's a big problem. They'll be, you know, having anxiety, depression, etc. And if a large amount of the population is experiencing these low emotions, no one benefits. Productivity goes down, and you know, it's a bit of a problem for everyone. So that's why it's a societal problem. So that's the cost. More cost. If you're spending 4 hours a day, which is probably, if you're my age, 21, then that's probably closer to 9 hours than it is to 2 hours, right? So let's just say 4 hours a day. That's 10 years and 8 months in one lifetime on social media. If you're earning average wage, let's say just like 20k, 27k, that's £270,000 just gone right there. Think of what you can do with that amount of money. Think about what you could learn in that amount of time. So, you know, it's very, very expensive. And for what? For likes? For to be in the group to get more followers? I mean, it's not worth it. It's absolutely not worth it. And unless you're using it intelligently and deliberately, like, it makes sense to use social media if you own a business, if you have a message to spread, if you're emotionally mature. But if you don't meet these 3 criteria, then you're being used. You see, if the service is free, you are the product. What did you say, nigga? If the service is free, you are the product. So unless you're mature, have a business, have a message to share with the world, then you're being used. And it's in your best interest to make sure that you are using the platform rather than it be using you. So that's it for today. I will be making a future video on social media probably soon, once again, to how you can intelligently use it. But with that being said, thank you for watching the video. I hope you benefit from the information that I've just shared with you. If you like the video, make sure to click that like button. If you like the content, make sure to click that subscribe button. And yeah, and click that notification button also to make sure that you get notified every single time I post a video. With that being said, I am healthy, I am grateful, I am abundance, I am Fearless out.